Looking for a pistol or an arquebus? Rawatai makes the finest guns in Aora, and I make the finest guns craftsmanship. If you ask my superiors at Imperial Command, they'll tell you our main exports are saltpeter. Those are just things. They're prized because of what we do with them. Rawataian industry is about discipline, precision, mastery of a...
40k, dude. West Legendary. These arquebuses are fucked up. Okay.
So what happens if you dry out too much?
If it is Ngati's desire that I stay moist, she will hasten the rain.
I'm sorry, but this area is strictly off limits. Private property of the Royal Deadfire Company, that's sorry. My orders come from the Hazanui herself. All it would take is one stray flame, one... No, I'm sorry, but you...
We'll go inside as soon as I get more mechanics. Two of them level up, I'll took mechanics.
Clear skies, my friend. I know if you already... The boats of our decorated armada have orders which spread them thinly across the archipelago. Rawatai finds itself in need. Your ship, unmoored from Deadfire politics, is an asset I would grasp with both hands. An arrangement can help us both. You will empty the seas of competition in exchange for profit. This courage will win you many... A Scylla wave skipper is your first target. A pirate shirking any pretense of lawful conduct in the open seas. Most excellent. A Scylla commands the Voyager River Dragon, which pesters a group of islands to the southwest of Port Mage.
Okay. We took another bounty. That's 3 bounties, 2 ships and 1 inland, I think.
Takehu, if you keep tugging on that, I fear you'll pull it clean off.
My tentacles enjoy a good tug. I try not to take them by surprise, after last time.
I always forget that part. Say, you're the Watcher of Cadnua, aren't you? Except the Hazanui. She yells at me sometimes. Oh, all the time. Where's my white leaf? Stop daydreaming. So, Bormy, if you lose the ledgers again, I'll have you clean the latrines. All this time, I didn't realize she knew my name. It's just, this is my first time away from the rough country. I'd heard there were thick, green forests and sandy beaches without a storm in sight, but I never... You must have traveled lots, seen all sorts of amazing places. I sure hope to. I'd love Rawatai, but it's hard to go a week without seeing storms, or hearing about mudslides burying a village somewhere. I really wish I could, but my supplies are for the Royal Deadfire Company and our allies. Maybe if you impress her or Atsura, they could make it. Silence surrounds me.
No.
You look like you have something on your mind. Small wonder I was a terrible spy. Am I truly... Think a bookish lad like ye can feign dull? He's stewing on the fish-scaled one. 5 are the days when a bashing fixed all. Isilmir, your explosive temper creates as many problems as it solves. You just don't stick around for the aftermath. Anyway, it does seem Takehu and I have gotten off on the wrong foot. Where to begin? He thinks some skill with water and a head of tentacles make him Andra's blessing on... Fie, there's some kindness in the gods to give us such a spectacle. Do you think his trunk is always wet, or does it just shine so? I'm certain he's a perfectly good entertainer, but I have my doubts about his reliability. I should hope so. That's hardly the same. I apologize for any unseemliness on my part. This won't... Oh? You look like you have something on your... One would hardly imagine that a colossus made of glowing art. But then I suppose the gods wouldn't have chosen you if the task were easy. I'd heard Deadfire had a pirate problem, but I had no idea how... Still, the only thing more dangerous than a unified pirate nation is one at war with itself. As a matter of fact, I saw my mother for the first time in years. She was well. She'd been living with her Thane for quite some time. I don't think she'd been to see my father since I left. I used to blame her for her long absences, for not intervening directly with my father. I realized that she was torn between 2 demanding roles. And 2 demanding... I used to resent her for failing to protect me. But I understand now. Intentionally or not, she gave me the space I needed to learn a degree of independence. But not yours? It's all right. After all, it took me quite some time to reach this understanding. It's one thing to forgive my mother for her absence. Quite another to... It was. It's been a while since I've been able to speak candidly with anyone, especially about the Leaden Key. It's unexpectedly liberating. Well, they seem largely competent. I would feel better about that were they not run by Prophet. Governor Clario seemed honest and well-intentioned. So one wonders why he was stationed at such an out of...
Indeed.
Hazanui with kablooey?
I can't think of anything else that goes with Hazanui.
Me neither. That's why I leave epics to the lore college.
Criticism is easier than creation.
Watcher Nui, the Lady of Katnua. I'm not one for ostentation, but your remarkable display at Queen's birth suggests that you are an individual with skills, not mere style.
Who the fuck are you?
I am Atsura, Grand Secretary of the Royal Deadfire Company. Rawatai has long maintained trade. While our homeland is rich in saltpeter, the violent climate and rocky soils make it's my business to look after the mainland's interests here. The Huana and the Valians decorate their latrines with gilding and coral, and the Principe cling to faded
The most uncomfortable latrine, I say.
I place little value in fancy trappings. That is a Valian frivolity. Leave it to them to observe a substance that occurs nowhere else on Aora, and immediately set about pulverizing it for profit. Nothing. We know too little about luminous Adra to understand that perhaps you can help me keep them from doing more harm. It's not about what the Valians are doing to us, but rather the demand for luminous Adra has sent the Valian trading. Their expeditions grow too bold, and their officers too worse. Their rapid expansion attracts pirates and threatens the outlying Huana tribes. This risks souring the Kahanga royals against all but you can curtail their growth. By snapping up land we need to grow food and build ships for our people? Indeed. But the Valians have sent an expedition to Pococahara, a storm-wrecked island believed to house a vein of luminous. I hear you accomplished an incredible feat in restoring the luminous Adra near Port Maje. If your abilities allow you to do that, then perhaps you are also find the luminous Adra at Pococahara. Render it unusable to this should encourage them to develop the resources they have, rather than reaching for more. Deeply. But if a small sacrifice here will discourage the Valians from further ventures, then I do not have the precise location of Pococahara, but the tribe on the near... Now, what else can I do for you? It's a trading post, of course. Anything worth building is worth protecting. How do you mean that? Rawatai is composed of many types, but none of whom are especially diligent about...
Okay. Interesting.